Hello students, welcome back to our channel Learn from Born Teachers. We were discussing the chapter States of Matter. Here we are having the part 4 of this chapter. We will be discussing in this part about ideal gas equation, Dalton's law of partial pressure and Graham's law of diffusion. In the last class, we dealt about gas laws. So let us recollect what all the laws we have studied. First one, Boyle's law. What Boyle's law was telling us? At constant temperature, for a fixed mass of a gas, pressure is inversely proportional to volume, right? Then Charles' law. At constant pressure, volume is directly proportional to temperature for a given mass of a gas. Avogadro's law. Volume is directly proportional to number of moles at constant pressure and temperature. Or we are having another definition. Another definition, what was that? Equal volume of gas contains equal number of molecules at the same condition of temperature and pressure. We are going to combine all these gas laws to get our ideal gas equation. So we will be getting V directly proportional to temperature is inversely proportional to pressure and it is directly proportional to N. We will be getting equation PV directly proportional to NT. If we remove constant of proportionality, we will be getting PV is equal to nRT. So this is what our ideal gas equation. So by combining all these three laws, we will be getting ideal gas equation PV is equal to nRT. Very important equation. Okay. So PV is equal to nRT is ideal gas equation. P stands for pressure, V for volume, N is number of moles, T is temperature. Then what is R? R is universal gas constant. What is the value of R? R is having variety of values. So you should by heart each and every values of R. Then only you can able to solve the numericals very easily. R is equal to 8.314 joule per mole Kelvin. R is equal to 0.0821 liter ATM per mole Kelvin. R is equal to 1.98 calorie per mole Kelvin, or approximately we can calculate using 2 calorie per mole Kelvin. And for doing the calculations and all, you should know one conversion factor. 1 calorie is equal to 4.18 joules. Ideal gas equation PV is equal to nRT. It describes the state of the gas, so that we will be calling it as equation of state as well. Suppose the number of moles are kept constant. We can write the equation as PV by T is equal to nR. Imagine gas is changing from one state to another state. So you will be getting another equation P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. Here pressure, volume, temperature, everything is varying, but N is constant. You know R as well. R is a constant, that is universal gas constant. What is the meaning of that? Universal gas constant means it is a constant value for all gases in the universe. Whatever the gases are, this R value is same for all gases. Okay. So P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. Suppose if you keep P, T and R as constant, so the equation PV is equal to nRT you can write as V by N is equal to RT by P, isn't it? If you make T and P as constant. So you will be getting an equation V1 by N1 is equal to V2 by N2. V1 by N1 is equal to V2 by N2. You have seen this equation somewhere else. Where? Yes, it is Avogadro's law. So from this ideal gas equation, if you keep any two variable constant, you can derive all gas laws. Now we will derive an equation that relate molar mass and density of gas. Okay. So consider small m is the mass of gas and capital M is its molar mass. So you can write N, number of moles, is equal to given mass by molecular mass. Then ideal gas equation, we can consider it as, actually we know ideal gas equation is PV is equal to nRT. Now we can rewrite as PV is equal to mRT by M. And by rearranging, we can write P by RT is equal to M by MV. Already we know what is the equation for density. It is mass by volume. So if you rewrite the equation, we will be getting P by RT is equal to D by M, because already we know D is equal to M by V. From this, you will be getting a relation between molar mass and density as D is equal to Pm by RT, or you can write Pm is equal to dRT. Consider an open vessel. For an open vessel, the volume and pressure will remain constant. Pressure will be equal to atmospheric pressure, and the volume we can consider it as the volume of container. If I heat this gas from a temperature T1 to temperature T2, what is going to happen? Yes, the gas molecules will be escaping into the atmosphere. So that what is going to happen? The number of moles will decrease from N1 to N2. So if I change the temperature from T1 to T2, the number of moles will change from N1 to N2. So from ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT, we came to know that PV are constant. So NT is equal to PV by R is equal to a constant. We can write it as like this. So remember, temperature changes from T1 to T2, number of moles changes from N1 to N2. So NT is equal to a constant we got. We can write the equation as N1 T1 is equal to N2 T2. This is very important equation for an open vessel. We'll be moving to Dalton's law of partial pressure. What is Dalton's law of partial pressure? When two or more non-reacting gases are mixed in a container, they tend to behave individually as there are no interaction between ideally behaving gases. What they are mentioning is, if you consider two gases in two containers P1 and P2, and there is a boundary between two, okay, so if I remove this boundary, they will intermix. But even though the total pressure will be equal to the sum of partial pressures of individual gases, that is P total of the system is equal to P1 plus P2. This is what Dalton's law is. So it states that the total pressure of the mixture is the sum of individual pressure or partial pressures of all gases present. What is partial pressure? It is the pressure exerted by an individual gas in a mixture of gases as if it had been the only gas in the same container. Important thing you have to note here in Dalton's law of partial pressure is, this is a mixture of non-reacting gases. If you are taking two gases that are reacting together, then Dalton's law is not applicable for that gases. It is applicable only for non-reacting gases. Remember, that is very important. So for non-reacting gases, the total pressure is the sum of individual pressures of all gases. Two non-reacting gases A and B in a container of fixed volume V and temperature T. We are going to use ideal gas equation for gas A and gas B and for the total volume as well. So using ideal gas equation for gas A, we can write PAV is equal to NART. PA is partial pressure of gas A and Na is number of moles of gas A. Now for gas B, we can write PBV is equal to NBRT. Here also PB and NB are partial pressure and number of moles of gas respectively. For P total pressure, we can write PTV is equal to Na plus Nb into RT. If you open the bracket and move V from left side to right side, we will be getting an equation as Pt is equal to NaRT by V plus NbRT by V. Already we knew that NaRT is equal to PaV and NPRT is equal to PbV. Substituting these values in the above equation and after rearranging, finally we will be getting the equation Pt is equal to Pa plus Pb. Hence, we can say that we got the proof of Dalton's law. What was Dalton's law? For a mixture of non-reacting gases, the total pressure in the container is equal to the sum of partial pressures of individual gases in the container. On dividing equation 1 by equation 3, we will be getting PAV by PTV is equal to Na by Na plus Nb into RT by RT. Cancelling the common terms, we will be arriving at an equation Pa by Pt is equal to Na by Na plus Nb. What is Na by Na plus Nb? It is mole fraction, number of moles of component by total number of moles. So we are arriving at another equation of Dalton's law. Pa is equal to Xa into P total. So for Pb we can write Pb is equal to Xb into P total. So what is partial pressure? How you will be finding out partial pressure? Partial pressure of a gas in a mixture is equal to product of its mole fraction and total pressure. So if you wanted to find out the partial pressure of gas A, you have to multiply the mole fraction of gas A into total pressure. Okay, so this is the important equation in Dalton's law of partial pressure. Sometimes they will directly ask you what is the fraction of pressure exerted by a gas. If they ask like this, we have to find out pressure of gas by total pressure. What is pressure of gas by total pressure? It is the mole fraction of the gas. So if they ask you this kind of questions, the only thing what you have to find out is the mole fraction of that particular gas. Moving to the last part of the session, Graham's law of diffusion. What is diffusion? The ability of a gas to mix spontaneously and to form a homogeneous mixture is known as diffusion. In other words, we can say diffusion is a movement of gas molecule from higher concentration region to lower concentration region. These are the examples. And see, if you pour a drop of ink into a glass of water, you can able to see the phenomenon of diffusion as well. And there is a confusion always. What is the difference between diffusion and effusion? Whether both are same or any difference is there? Effusion is nothing but diffusion through a pinhole. So both are same, but the difference is effusion is the fast flow of gas through the pinhole. Now rate of diffusion is directly proportional to pressure and it is inversely proportional to square root of molar mass. Actually what Graham's law is telling you is the rate of diffusion of gas R is inversely proportional to square root of molar mass. Rate of diffusion R is equal to P by root of M. If you compare the rate of diffusion of two gases, we will be getting an equation R2 by R1 is equal to P2 by P1 into root of M1 by M2. So this is one important equation of diffusion. From the relationship between density and molar mass, Pm is equal to dRT, we can able to see that density is directly proportional to molecular mass. So in this equation, instead of molecular mass, we can substitute with density. So rate of diffusion will be directly proportional to P by root of D. D is density. There are some other definitions for rate of diffusion as well. Rate of diffusion is equal to number of moles escaped by time, or we can say volume change by time, pressure drop by time. You can define in distance traveled by time as well. So these are the different equations for rate of diffusion. Students, this is all for today's session. The next day we'll be discussing some important numericals regarding gas laws. So please don't forget to subscribe, share and like this channel. Thank you.